Oh, we were right there, man!
Yeah, so a couple weeks ago, I made a Q&A community post to celebrate 20,000 subs, but in that 2 weeks, I cut 2,000 despite not even posting any videos. That's insane. Listen, I could not thank you all enough. At the start of 2023, I had barely over 3,000. Now we're over 20,000, and we're growing like crazy. Doing YouTube was a huge gamble for me, but I wanted to do a job that I felt validated with, and all of you have assured me this career change was worth it. This huge rise in popularity, though, came a little bit faster than I expected, and with many new followers comes many new questions. So, without further ado, let's start this Q&A. Before we get into the nitty-gritty of it all, I have some common questions I need to get out of the way real quick. First things first, what is my outro music? God, I have said this a million times, it is the main theme song to the video game Battle Block Theater. It is one of my favorite games, and this is one of my favorite songs. In fact, it's the song you're hearing right now. 2. What HUD do I use? I use QTC HUD. I wouldn't recommend it to anyone. It's not a good HUD, and the only reason that I use it is because I'm too afraid to change. The HUD was made before the Meet Your Match update, so it was meant for a different HUD overlay, and it's technically broken. The HUD works when I'm in-game, but the cover, the homepage for TF2 is broken and should not be the standard. Also, the MVM text HUD is kinda half broken. Some things don't work. And so I'm worried that if I'll change HUDs, that it'll break my entire game. 3. What is your profile pic? My profile pic is the SFM rendition for the book cover of Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. It is specifically Sniper pretending to be Hunter S. Thompson or aka Raul Duke. 4. Am I the real Sniper TF2? No, I'm not the real Sniper TF2, even though I hit shots really well like Sniper does. 5. What server do I play on in Secret Lab? Okay, so my main server is the Pentagon. My second most played server is probably Kings, and my third most played server is the Raven Guard servers. Outside of that, I'll only really ever play on official servers. I used to play on Dr. Bright's, but I don't do it anymore. It's kind of over-modded, and all of the fun mods are not in the game anymore. 6.
Does she know how to make a grilled cheese?
Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that corner. Oh, that's a good corner. Oh, look at the grilled twist. The grilled twist. Oh, yeah.
Grilled cheese. Grilled cheese. Grilled cheese. Grilled cheese.
Okay, memes aside. First question I got was, are you more of a TF2 guy or an SCP guy? I'm more of a TF2 guy, but at the rate TF2 is going down, I'll probably turn into more of an SCP guy. We just don't play the game as much as we used to. How are you so good at Secret Lab and juking in it? I would have to say it's probably because I have over 1,000 hours in the game and I just am really good at picking up games and getting the hang of it. What's your favorite and least favorite SCP to play as? My favorite SCP is Doctor, without a question. I really enjoy playing Doctor. He's a lot of fun, and I like being chaotic and amassing an army of zombies and just having a wave of zombies go at an MTF wave. It's hilarious. My least favorite SCP to play is Peanut. He's not enjoyable to play, and even though he is really strong, I don't like not being able to move when people stare at me. It's a really annoying mechanic. Also, I probably have some bias because old Peanut in the beginning of SCP Secret Lab was extremely unfun to play and kind of broken, and not in a fun way, like broken as in he was sometimes unplayable. Have you ever tried dropping 4 to 5 nades in an elevator, then throwing one to kill an SCP? Yes, I have done it quite a few times. It's a lot of fun. I don't do it as much as I used to because I think a lot of people check their corners now when they go into an elevator just to make sure. If all the SCPs fought, who would come out on top? It would be 343, aka God. If you're talking in Secret Lab, then it would probably be 096, because it's 096. What exactly is the reason you started uploading YouTube videos? The first thing is I really grew into around the time when Let's Plays had become a thing, and they just exploded in popularity, especially Rooster Teeth. The concept of just 4 to 5 of your buddies playing video games together and making money off it was just the coolest idea and sounded really fun to me. And that kind of stuck with me for a long time. The next thing that really helped it was when I was in Blonde's Discord and we had become a frequent TF2 party, it had become obvious that we definitely just were really having fun and we had all these funny moments, and I was clipping all of them. I thought that it would be a good idea if I put all the clips together and put them into a video format so that we could all watch it together and remember our fun times. The other thing would be, I kind of thought the same thing. I had shadow play, and when I had played games competitively and got to top 500, I had a lot of highlights of insane clips that I would hit. And I thought, well, I can use this to clip my funny moments as well. And I did. So, yeah, it's probably those 3 things put together. How many hours do you have in TF2 and Secret Lab? Too many. And it's probably over 5,000 combined. I think I have a little over 4,000 in TF2, and I think I have a little over 1,000 in Secret Lab. How did you discover Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas? My dad was a big Hunter S. Thompson fan. He really respected him and the kind of person he was, and I know without a shadow of a doubt that he introduced him to me. Then I eventually read the book and watched the movie, and it's a really good book and a really good movie, one of my favorites. What are your hopes for the future of SCP-SL? I want them to make the skeleton and the flamingo permanent editions, and I want them to be something that is just a very rare occurrence. I'm sick and tired of playing video games where the content gets artificially restricted from me and I can't enjoy it. I just want these things to be permanent additions to the game so that people can actually like they're in the Site 2 facility. For a facility that's based around Containment Breach, this is a remarkably stripped down version of the game, and I really want to add more SCPs. What's your editing software and how long does it take to become a movement god? It is totally dependent. As far as being a movement god, it depends on how good you are at video games and how good you are at picking up things. What's your editing software? It is Vegas Pro 19, and I use Audacity on occasions. If I need to use anything for editing images that aren't pertain to the video, I use Photoshop and Illustrator. Favorite TF2 class? Probably the Spy. Even though I'm not a Spy main anymore, he's still my favorite to play because he's the hardest character to play in the game. And he's a character that you can pick up and do pretty good on without constantly needing to be aim intensive, because all characters have some level of a skill shot. And Spy, because everything's focused around your knife, it just takes a lot of brain power and not a lot of aim power. So yeah, I have to think or you will get killed. Any hot takes on TF2 cosmetics? I think it's perfectly okay if they get rid of some of these cosmetics from the game because they are dog shit. In the past 7 years of your life, was TF2 worth it? Yeah, it was worth it, especially with the channel, because the channel has made my time doing TF2 rewarding because I have you guys looking at my content and enjoying it, and I get to read all the comments. Do you plan on doing some collaborations with other influential content creators? Yes. I have not done them yet, but I have definitely considered it, and I do have a couple of plans. How do you feel about the recent support you've been getting thanks to the algorithm? It's about fucking time. The algorithm fucked me for about a year. No, I think the algorithm pretty much fucked me from 2019 and 2021. They did not like my videos. Is there any goals you want to achieve in and out of the platform? 1 million subscribers and making this a lot more profitable and a lot more enjoyable because YouTube screws you over monetarily. What effect does your community have on what videos you make and how? For the most part, it doesn't have too much of an effect unless a video from a certain genre just bombs. And I mean, it has to bomb. I think a good example would be Lethal Company. My Lethal Company videos just did not pop off, and I was a bit surprised because I didn't think for the most part that it was too off the cuff for me. And also, I think it was a game that other people would recognize and go, oh, my favorite YouTuber is now playing Lethal Company as well. Awesome. But no, those videos just did not go off, and I just decided to convert it all into shorts because that was the only salvageable way I could get views from that. Why do they call it oven when you in the cold food of out hot eat the food? All I'm gonna say is that name is accurate. What's your editing process? Okay, so I have a notepad that has every video that I want to make in what order. And then while I'm accruing clips for those videos, I put it in a folder. Then I go into Vegas Pro. I spread all the clips out. I put a note on each and every one saying what the joke is going to be and how I'm going to edit it. Trim them all down. Place them in the order of which I want them to be put, depending on the map or the funniness, etc. And then I edit all the clips in that order. What do you think about not Let's Play content, especially YouTube video essays? There's definitely a few that I want to do, but I like editing more. Video essays are just not my MO, but I do absolutely want to do some. And I will definitely have some in the pipeline in the future. What do you think the player limit should be on Secret Lab servers? 1,000. How is Daddy Infamous doing these days? He's doing good. He could be doing better, but he's doing good. When are you going to be doing your break? In 2 days. When you get a better PC, can we play Helldivers 2? Maybe. Maybe. What's your favorite weapon throughout any video game? That is a stupidly hard question. I don't even know. I can say a couple of my favorites. This is kind of a cheat, but the Islander charge / splendid screen combo, playing Demo Knight in general, is really fun. The knife for Spy, specifically Kunai and the Big Earner, well, just the knife in general, like all the sub knives are really fun in their own way. The Scar H from Modern Warfare 2, it was just a really good gun, especially the Magnum as well in that game. When was the song Never Gonna Give You Up by Rick Astley released? In addition, what is the best song by Rick Astley? I wouldn't know. I have never listened to the album. I don't really plan on listening to the album. I'm sorry, Bucket Boy. And I don't know when it was released. If everyone on the planet could hear your voice from the sky, what would you say? Subscribe to Infamous Invictus. What makes you stay with TF2? I've had a really bad burnout recently due to the lack of ideas and have just resorted to playing other games. Well, there's your answer, actually. TF2 isn't really a game. I think people forget that video games aren't meant for you to play forever. I don't think it's unreasonable for you to try other games. You don't have to always play TF2. People get burnouts and they think it's a bad thing, but that's an understandable thing. You're getting burnt out because you've been only playing one game. So playing other games is perfectly okay. If you're saying you had a burnout because of the bot problems, then I would say go play on community servers that you know have dedicated player bases, like the Fucked in the Head server, the Uncle Topia server. Play stuff like that. There's nothing wrong with playing other games to, like, take the edge off. You don't have to dedicate yourself to TF2. What's a good way to start playing Secret Lab? Go play on friendly servers, especially the official friendly servers. Get a feel for the map and the game. Enjoy the community without constantly dying immediately to facility guards and stuff like that. You know, because if you go on a normal server with normal rules, you're gonna get obliterated. The people play the game as is because they've gotten a feel for the game in the beginning and they know the ins and outs of the facility. Who are you? Why are you in my front page? And I Am I a TF2 YouTuber? Yes, I'm a TF2 YouTuber. I am Infamous Invictus. I am on your front page because this community post probably got popular, and so the algorithm spread it out. What is the secret to being so funny? Jokes aside, what are your opinions on bread? Well, I just made a grilled cheese, and that grilled cheese was really good. Secret being so funny, have a bunch of friends be funny, and then take their editing, and then make videos out of it. Where can I locate the Where can I locate the funny? See previous comment. What is your favorite thing in your favorite game? Oh god, that's just too hard. I don't even know what my favorite game is. If I were to say my favorite thing in my favorite game, the easy answer is for me to say TF2, and my favorite thing in my favorite game is the fact that TF2, a lot of mechanics that weren't intended, but allow people to enhance the class. Stuff like reverse rocket jumping with the air blast, trick stabs, etc. I think that really makes the game a lot more fun. What do you think about green bean casserole with boiled white rice mixed with raisins? No, no, and no. I hate all three of those things. Why do you set the YouTube name as Infamous Invictus? I chose the name Infamous Invictus because it is a cross between two names that I had previously done already. I used to be a big fan of Vintage Beef, who was a Minecraft YouTuber, and he did a Let's Play on Infamous Second Son, which is a really good video game I'd recommend. Infamous just sounded like a really good name idea. I liked how Infamous sounded. At the same time, I was playing Gen 6 of Pokemon, and I had caught a Braviary. I didn't know what to name the Braviary, so I went on a choose your name for a Pokemon website, and someone recommended the name Ezio Victus, which means, according to them, they said it meant War Eagle or Brave Eagle. That's not the truth at all. Ezio Victus does not mean Brave Eagle, but what Victus meant is defeated. So I took the name Invictus, which is undefeated, from Victus, Ezio Victus, and I made my name Infamous Invictus, which means I am infamous for being undefeated. Do you think they should rework Chaos? They could be made more fun to play and be more impactful to the game. Well, I think Chaos is pretty impactful in and of itself, and I think Chaos, I would have to see how people would want the class to be reworked. I want to know what they want to do with it before you rework it, because Chaos by itself isn't that bad. I think Chaos has a lot of really interesting guns, and is probably my favorite subclass to play out of everything. Because Chaos, you get the Logicer, which is a really fun gun. You get the Shotgun, which can be a really fun gun. The Magnum is basically a pocket sniper. And the AK is probably, if the AK is the most boring gun you have, then you have really interesting guns at your disposal. Does Elizabeth die first, or does the bite of 83 happen first? Elizabeth dies. What's your eating process? Irregular. It's totally dependent on sales at grocery stores. TF2 loadout showcase. Alright, future Infamous here, and we're going to do a quick rundown of all my loadouts. This was my original scout loadout with the tracksuit, the cadet visor, and the co-pilot, but there was a bug with this loadout where the cadet visor wouldn't show when running the co-pilot. So this is basically my official loadout now, with the little devil horns and the gray bands and the tracksuit. On Soldier, I really like this priestly theme I have, where it's hell with the cross and then he's smoking at the same time. Outside of that, these are kind of like nothing loadouts, I guess. They're just here. But other than that, this is my other notable Soldier loadout, which is him with the entire diplomat theme, and he has a very patriotic, green with the green chute. It's just a very air-themed loadout. On Pyro, I probably have the most diverse loadouts of anyone with Pyro. I have this Spaceman-themed loadout with the little space hammy. Outside of that, I have this very unicorn-themed with the unicorn devil horns and just a very kind of Pyroland-themed loadout. Then I have this Fisherman loadout that I have for Pyro. It's the full, class of 3 cosmetics. I think it works really well. And I have this very barbecue-themed loadout. And then lastly, I have this. It's kind of in the same vein as this, but a lot different. Outside of the Space Diver, I'm using the Air Raider with the polar pullover, and it's very much like an actual Air Force pilot kind of loadout with this kind of something I feel like an Air Force pilot would have with his loadout. Demo, this has been probably one of my oldest loadouts ever. I got these 2 cosmetics in a trade, and I just never changed. And this has been my loadout for demo ever since, and I like how it's kind of original. Outside of that, I have this demo loadout because this bonnet I got in a trade, and it just works so well with the demo pipe. I got this kind of mysterious demo loadout. You'll notice a theme. Almost everything uses the pipe. But then I have this, and basically this was an unusual gifted to me by a fan, and it looks really cool. I just can't figure out what a loadout I want to run with it yet. I don't have cosmetics that really work with it, so it's kind of in the back seat until I can get some better hats to go with it. Now we have Heavy. Heavy, I just like how he looks like the dude, and he looks like he's on vacation, and I can hold the banana out, and now he really looks like he's on vacation. I have this loadout, which makes Heavy look like he is a boxing trainer. He's got the weight room warmer, and he looks like he works at a boxing ring. I have a more militaristic themed Heavy right here. And lastly, this abomination, which I call Man-Burb Hoovy. For Engineer, this is this is another one where I have very diverse loadouts. I have an Air Force kind of pilot engineer here. I have a very Mexican-themed engineer, Tex-Mex kind of mix. This is just a more cowboy-themed. It's kind of in a similar vein, but a lot different. And this is my cutesy, adorable engineer loadout. For Medic, this is kind of similar to my soldier loadout. Then I have this more militaristic Medic. Then I have this, hold on, I need to give him the quick fix. This very Deutsch-German kind of monarcho-themed loadout. And my personal favorite, which is kind of this cross between the militaristic loadout with this top, it just looks really good. But this is probably my main loadout. For Sniper, it's Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, and I like to alternate between the 3 cosmetics that I've been gifted. I have 3 unusuals at the moment, and all of them have been gifts from other people, and I just alternate between the 3 hats. Then I have my old Sniper loadout, which is this. I don't really know, it just looks nice. This is my Fidel Castro loadout, and hold on, let me get the Bushwhacker back out. This is my Fidel Castro loadout, and this is my goofy Aussie loadout. I really like how it looks. Just looks so silly, and I have the Wally pocket just hanging out for no reason. Last but not least, my spy loadouts. This is my main. If I were to make it completely accurate, it would look like this. This is my main spy. This is my Saharan spy loadout. This is my other spy alternate. It's a very green general themed. And this is my snake themed loadout. Alright, what's your 3 to 5 favorite shows and movies? That's a hard one. I don't really think about my personal favorites, but off the top of my head, one of my favorite Army comedies was Kelly's Heroes. I can't think of a show that I really... Burn Notice was a really great show that I had watched way back in the 2010s. I really enjoyed that show. Outside of that, probably Archer was really funny, but I haven't watched that in years. I don't know. I have a movie come in on my stream. I have an ! top 10 movies, and you can look at that and see what all my favorite movies are. What goals do you have on the future? Improve my editing skills to improve the channel, add some hats to TF2, and collaborate with a couple other people. Here's a real question. How do you edit your videos so well? Well, if anyone wanted to know how to edit videos, if I were you, go pick YouTubers on who you would want to be your inspiration and try and reach that level of skill. It's really easy with YouTube to just go look up tutorials on how to do things, and that's essentially what I did. I looked at guys like Soviet Womble and said, I want to edit like them. I would go look up a bunch of tutorials and then figure it all out. Have I tried New Vegas? No, I have not, but I heard it's really good. Would you rather have unlimited bacon but no more games, or unlimited games with no more bacon? I would rather have games but no bacon, because games are my job now. Yeah, that's kind of that's the only real answer I can give. What you favorite gun in SCP? My favorite SCP is 049. My favorite gun in that game is probably the Logicer, because you can run a hipfire-based Logicer and basically be Rambo running throughout the facility with a big-ass gun. How did you meet the friends you play TF2 with? It was an Upward lobby in, I think, roughly 2016. I had met Blonde because we were on the same team, and somehow someone said everyone should go spy, and I was the only good spy player, and Blonde said, man, we really only have one good spy player, because of the scoreboard. I had like 25 points, and then it was 99662222100, and I added her, and we went from there. At that point, in that server at the time, it was Blonde, Drew, and Virgil in a party. Are you staying hydrated? Favorite brand of alcoholic beverage? Ooh, that's a hard one. I really like Red Stripe. Favorite flavor of Mountain Dew? I'm not a fan of Mountain Dew. I don't think I've ever drank Mountain Dew before. Will there be more juking episodes? Yes. What motivates you to make content? Mostly you guys, if anything. The validation I get from your comments and the joy I feel, it really means a lot. Favorite color? Green or navy blue. Hours on Engineer. I have nearly 300 hours on Engineer. He's my third most played class and probably my third favorite, honestly. House tour? No. Can you read each comment in a different voice? And can mine be the little candy boy from that one SCP video? No, but I will read your comment in the Candy Boy SCP video, guy. Where are the bodies? None of your business. Are you happy with how your community is formed? Yes, I really enjoy the following I have amassed. When will the voices stop? Never, and I think you should embrace them. How old were you when you started YouTubing? I was somewhere in my late teens. What's an animal or sea life you think doesn't get enough recognition? Manatees! I'm a manatee man! What's the most annoying feature 079 has? I don't think he has an annoying feature. I think 079 is just annoying, if that makes sense. But as long as he's in a state of relative balance, then I won't have too much of an issue with him. If you were trapped on TF2, who would you be? I would be probably Spy or Soldier, because I would like the ability to rocket jump. Favorite sandwich or cheese? My favorite sandwich is probably a Reuben, and my favorite cheese is without a doubt provolone, and especially for a cheese to go on a sandwich, provolone is elite, with the exception of something like a grilled cheese, because then you want to use American. Have you ever taken DMT? No, which is kind of funny considering I have a Hunter S. Thompson profile pic. Smash or pass? I'll double it and give it to the next person. Why do you sound like Lazy Purple? I'm not gonna lie, I don't know why people think I sound like Lazy Purple. I don't hear it. Why are you so arrogant to other players when playing the SCP game? I don't think I'm arrogant. If you're referring to when I'm versus SCPs and I talk trash, well, it's because I used to be a top 500 player and I talked trash a lot, so I just talk trash in almost any video game. Are you an SCP now? No, they have not written a log for me yet. Do you think Heavy is gay? No. Do I own a gun? Sadly, no. Do you like peanuts? No. Why are you the way that you are? Because I felt like it. You gay? No, not even close. Do you know how to eat a burger? Yes, I'm an American. How old are you? I am in my mid-20s. Why? I don't know. All right. well, that's all the questions. Once again, thank you guys for getting me to 20,000. There's going to be another video out Saturday and a very special video for all of my viewers Sunday. I really encourage you both to watch the weekend videos, and this is me signing off.